Now, you saw this crypt tool thing, which has certain limited abilities to do simple cryptographic operations. And then I go right to Python, which can do anything. And in between, this is a tool developed by GCHQ, the British spy agency, and it is attempting to make the mathematical operations of cryptography easier for beginners. So here it is. It's CyberChef. I'm going to open it in a new window. I have trouble with CyberChef, but there are people that absolutely swear by this tool and love it. That's why I thought you might want to see it. Some students love it. They find it easier to use this thing than to write some Python code, which is how I would do it. So now you have an input box and an output box. So I'm going to put hello code breakers in the input box. Okay, and right now the output is there. Now I want to do ROT13. Here's all these different operations, and you just drag and drop them there. So I'm not finding it by just looking. I can search ROT. Here's ROT13. So I pull ROT13 here. Okay. And it explains various options, and it is deactivated. There, let's see. Nope, there now it's fine. There, see, it did it. ROT13 did. Hello code breakers turned into this junk. So this is the recipe. You have these objects, and you can have a series of objects. Like I could have ROT13, and then I could put it in base 64. And so now I get base 64 encoded ROT13, and you can have as many of these as you like, and you can drag them around, and you can disable them. Like if I want the ROT13 without base 64, I can disable this one and then re-enable it. And so people find this very handy to try the mathematical operations you need for various kinds of encryption. And so he's talked about that. And so now you can solve a simple XOR puzzle this way. And by the way, it even has, let's try breaking a Caesar cipher. So here's some stuff. There's some encrypted stuff. And let me get rid of this old text and put in the new text. Okay. And so you don't want this base 64 anymore. When you're done, you don't want something, you just drag it and throw it away. There. Now I have ROT13, but ROT13 looks like, in fact, ROT13 worked. But there is something called a ROT13 brute force, which is kind of a misnomer. That's what they call Caesar cipher brute force. So ROT13. Here's the brute force, which is not the ROT13 module, which moves everything forward 13 steps in the alphabet. It's going to try all the different amounts. This is how you do a brute force attack for the Caesar cipher. You just shift it by random amounts, and then you look down here to see which one you can read. And this is what I was saying before about the one-time pad. Most cryptographic systems have this property that all of the results will be garbage until you have the right key. And the one you can read will be the right answer. That's usually the case. For the one-time pad, it's not the case, and that's one strange thing about it. But in this case, it is. There's just one you can read. All right. And so there's another challenge here. And there's ones with XOR and base 64. So you might start with this. I know people that do very advanced things in this tool with 5 and 6 operations combined and all the fancy settings. I get lost before that, and I just want to write Python. But this is another option. All right. Want to make sure you saw that. I'm going to stop the video.